We all know that after designing water project, we as water engineer, we must produce or we must prepare project layout or project maps. So the idea is that we need to find a way or the simplest way to present our designs or our idea to anyone. Okay, so in the simplest way that we can use to achieve that is by using project layouts or project maps. Now with project maps, it's very easier to show several components of your water projects, like where the tanks will be allocated, where the borehole will be allocated, where the pipes will be allocated, and of course several other components. Now, there are several ways that we can use to achieve that, but in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to achieve that by using several GIS tools like Google Earth, of course, in combination with QGIS. Okay, so that is the main topic for today, and this is the final product that we are aiming to achieve. If you can see here, this is our project. Of course, we have here a borehole, and if you look here at the legend, you can see this is a borehole, and again you can see this one is a storage tank, and if you look at our legend, we have our storage tank here. So everything here is well presented for anyone to understand our project. So if you are new here, as usual, my name is Engineer Lodrick Thomas, and this is Hydroinformatics Academy, a place where we discuss about how to use several technologies related to irrigation and the water supply. Of course, one of them is GIS. That being said, I'll see you in the next part of this video. Thank you. Okay, so this is our project. As you can see here, we have some few parameters here. So this one is the borehole, of course, the place where the borehole is located, and this one here is a storage tank, and of course we have some other points here. As you can see, these ones here are the distribution of the points, and even on this side here we have some other like 4 distribution of the points. So what we need to do is to make sure that we use this data that we have right now to make sure that we produce a project map or a project layout. With this exercise, we are going to use our QGIS. So if you don't have, make sure that you go and install. It's simple. Just go here, then click, just write QGIS. Of course, the first link, just click the first link and download QGIS from here. Okay, remember, if possible, try your best to go and install the long-term release version. Okay, because that version is somehow stable compared to this one, to the latest release version. So that being said, what we need to do from here is to make sure that we take our data and save them in our local disk. That is the very important step, and I'm going to do it right now. From now, so this is my folder. As you can see, I have several files here, KML files. What I need to do is to make sure that I'm going and save them in local disk. So from here, I'll just start. Of course, you can just right click and save as. So this is the folder where I'm going to save my files. Okay, so this one is the last one. So let me take this and save it in this dedicated folder. We are done. So for now, we are done with Google Earth, at least for now. Then let me go and open my file where I saved my KML files. These ones are the files that we need to work with. So for now, as I said, if you don't have QGIS, just go and install. For now, I need to open my QGIS software. So from here, let me click this. Of course, I am using QGIS 3.16. Okay, so from here, I need to click a new or empty project. Of course, new empty project. Okay, so this is the QGIS interface. Okay, so this is the QGIS interface. What I need to do from here is first, I need to go back to my folder where I saved my KML files. I need to take both of them and drag them to the QGIS interface. So from here, I'll just drag them just like this. Okay, let me minimize this. So this is our project. Okay, so this is our project. As you can see, this one here was a borehole, and also this one here was a storage tank, and these ones were the water points. So what I need to do from here, as you can see, the lines are quite thin. I need to increase the line width. Okay, to increase the line width so as to make sure that at least everything here is visible. So from here, what I can do is to right click, then click properties, or you can even just double click. You can even double click. Then this window here will appear. So from here, what we need to do is to increase the line width. Of course, the symbology. So from symbology, then select the line width. I'm going to shift from 0.26 all the way to 0.5 and see what I have. So what I need to do is to click apply, and let me see if, okay, so as you can see now, the line width is quite thick compared to the previous one. So I'm going to stick, so let me increase a little bit, 0.6. At least for now, as you can see, at least 0.6 works quite fine. So let me select even this one, branch 5, branch 4, and double click again, increase the line width to 0.6, just like what we did. Okay, so now everything is okay. From here, as you can see now, our project lines are quite visible compared to the previous version that we had. Now, what we need to do from here, as I said earlier, this one here is the borehole. Okay, so this is the place where our borehole is located, and this one here is a storage tank. But these ones here are the distribution of the points, and of course this one here is the kettle trough. So we need to introduce the points on each endpoint. So from here, let's say I need to introduce a point that will represent the borehole, and also this one here to introduce a point that will represent the storage tank. So this is something that I'm going to do right now. Remember, we have two options from here. The first option is by using shapefiles, and the second option is by using the points that we can extract direct from the Google Earth. Okay, so I'm going to start with the option number 1, which is by using shapefiles. Okay, by using shapefiles, then I'll show you how to do it by using the points that we extract from Google Earth. So from here, by using shapefiles, I need to create a shapefile. So from here, let me go to this point here. You can see this is the new shapefile layer. Then I will click this. Okay, so this window here is going to open. Then from here, I need to make sure that I provide a name for my shapefile. Okay, so this is the shapefile layer. I need to provide the name for this shapefile layer. So from here, I'll just click these 3 dots here. Okay, so let me give it a name. So let's say that this one is a borehole. Remember, we are going to save as the S3 shapefile. Okay, so just make sure that you leave this one as the way it is. Of course, by default, that's the only file format that is supported. So from here, I'll just click save. This is the first step. So the next step is to make sure that we specify the geometry type. So from here, geometry type here is a point, because we are interested to create the point. Okay, so as I said, we need to create here a point for borehole. So the geometry type here is a point, not a polygon or line, it's just a point. Now from here, the next important step is to introduce the field. So this is our shapefile, that's fine, but within a shapefile, we need to have some new fields. Okay, so several fields. So by default, the field that is created by QGIS is this one, which is ID, of course, with the type integer. So we need to create another field which will represent the name of each point that will be created from our QGIS platform. So from here, I'll just provide us a new field which I'll name it as a name. Okay, so this is a name. Of course, type is a text data. So this is the field where the name of each point, or of course for now that we have a single borehole, so the name of this borehole will be stored in this field. So I'll just name it as a name, then I'll just click here, add a field to the list. Okay, so from here you can see now we have the first field, which is an ID. So the other one here is the name, which is with the type, with the string type. Of course, the maximum length is 80. Just maintain the way it is. Then I'll just click OK. So this is our shapefile. Okay, so this is our shapefile, and what we need to do is to make sure that we create a point here by using this shapefile. So I'll just click this shapefile, then I'll just go up here. You can see that we have this toggle edit. I'll just click this toggle edit. Then we are going to click this add point feature. Okay, so from here, add point feature is active. So I need to go here straight to this point and select this one. So ID here is I'll just maintain it as 1, and of course the name, as I said. So this is the field that we created, which is the name. So the name here, I'll just name it as a borehole. Okay, so just borehole, simple as that, borehole. Then I'm going to click OK. As you can see now, we have a point here. Because we have only one borehole, so for now, this borehole shapefile, we are not going to add a storage tank in the borehole shapefile. With that, let me go and create another shapefile for the storage tank. So from here, I'll just go back here and click Save the changes. So from here, if I click Save a layer edits, this point here will be saved within the borehole shapefile. Sorry. So from here, I just need to click Save a layer edits. Then just click. Then everything now is okay. I need again to introduce another shapefile layer, just to make sure that this point that is going to present this storage tank is stored within its own shapefile. So from here, let me go back here and select again a new shapefile. Of course, the same procedure. I'm going to give it a name, which is a storage tank. So this is the shapefile that we are going to store the storage tank point. So this, I'll just name it as a storage tank. Storage tank. Of course, the type, just the shapefiles type. Then I'll just click OK. Save. So let me check everything is okay. So the point, then we also have here the name. Then I'll just click OK. Okay, so with this shapefile, which is a storage shapefile, I'm going to create a point, or to store a point which is going to present the storage tank in our map, on our map rather. Okay, so from here, what I need to do is the same procedure. Just activate this layer, just click this layer, click this shapefile, which is, then I'm going to click toggle edit. Then from here, then click add point feature. So from here, let me zoom. At this point, I need to add a storage tank. So to add a point which is going to present a storage tank, so let me click this once. Then I just give it ID, which is 1. Then I just give it a name. It's 90. Oh, okay, so let me call it a storage tank. Storage tank, as simple as that. Then I'm going to click OK. So this is the point which presents a storage tank, and it is stored within the storage tank shapefile. So if you have multiple storage tanks, then you can use the same shapefile to store all of the points that present the storage tanks on your map or layout. So for now, provided that I have only one storage tank, then again this one is over here. So I'll just go back here and click save. So just to make sure that I save all the changes within this layer. So from here, I'll just click save. Okay, so I need also to create another shapefile that is going to present these water points. Okay, Okay, that is very important. So from here, I'll just go and do the same. So this shapefile here, I'm going to name it as a water point, or public water points, or distribution points. So from here, just click save, and geometry type the same point. Then I need to add a new field, which is the name. Okay, then add to field list. So we have these two fields for now, name and ID. So from here, I just click OK. So this is the shapefile where I'm going to save all the water points. So from here, I'll just click this one. So this is the first water point. I'll just click this. Remember, this water point is active. Then let me click this. Oh, I think I missed something. So let me click this once, then turn on this toggle edit, then turn on this add point feature. So from here, this is the water point number 1. So I'm going to click this. So this is the point ID 1, and the name is water point number 1. Actually, number 1. Let me copy this, then click OK. And again, because this also is the water point, I'm going to click here. Then this one here will have ID number 2, and again the name is water point number 2. And again, remember the same shapefile. Then I'm going to create another point here. So this one here is the last one. Of course, from here just click and give it ID number 8, then water point, of course, number 8. Remember, all of my water points are saved within this water point shapefile. So if I turn this off, if I turn this water point off, you can see both of them, they are off. If I turn it on, we have our points here. So as I said earlier, we can introduce these points by using 2 approaches. The first one is by using shapefiles, and the other one is by using points that we extract direct from Google Earth. So let me show you the second option on how to do it. So let me open here my Google Earth and assume that I don't have this point here. Okay, so let me turn this off or delete it completely. Select watermark and drag it all the way to the point where we expect our kettle trough will be located. So at this point here, I just give it a name. So I'll just give it a name as a city or kettle trough. So from here, let me click OK. You can see now, okay, I need to move it a little bit because it's somehow far from where I want it to be. So from here, let me go back and click properties and move it to this area here. Okay, so the same name, then click OK. So I need to take this point and save it just like what we did previously. So I need to click this and click save. On the same folder, I'm going to save it as a city point, kettle trough point or city point, the same file format, which is KML. So I'm going to click save. So if I go back, so if I minimize this and I open my folder here, you can see now this is a city point. So what I can do is to take this point that I extracted from Google Earth and drag it on this QGIS interface. So from here, let me click and drag. So you can see now the point is here. So this is the point. So this is our point. Okay, so those are the options that you can use to introduce these points on our QGIS software. So from here, the next step that I need to do, remember, our intention here is to make sure that we create a map or we create a layout that will show how different structures in our water project will be allocated. So for now, what we have done so far, we introduced at this point, and also we have imported our files in our QGIS software. Okay, so what we need to do here is to make sure that we classify the pipe types into several categories. Okay, so the first category is the raise main. The next category is the gravity mains, of course, these ones. And the third category is these lines that are taking water from the gravity main to the distribution points. Okay, to the distribution points. So let's do this. For the raise main, we need to specify its own unique type, unique line type. So let me show you how we do it. Okay, so this one here is the raise main pipe. Okay, so let me double click this. So we need to find a line type that will distinguish this raise main to the other pipes. So from here, okay, let me go with this. Nope. Okay, let me select this one and apply. So this line here is going to present the raise main. So I'll just click OK. And again, the next category, as I said, is this main lines or gravity mains, whatever. I need to find a way to give them a unique line type. Okay, so this is the first gravity main line. I need to find a line type. Okay, so this one, I'll just double click it and find a line type that is going to give it a unique. Okay, so let me select this one and apply. You can see now. So this one here is has this line type. Again, I need to do the same on this line here. So this one here is the second gravity main line. So let me double click it. So this one here, what I need to do is to make sure that its line type is the same as this one. So the first gravity main. So from here, what I need to do is to find this line type and click apply. The first category, as I said, is this raise main, and the second one is gravity main. Okay, so the third category is going to present these lines that are taking water from the main pipeline to the distribution points. Okay, that is very important. So what I need to do is to select them. So this one is the first. Let me select this and click properties. Then I'll just provide, okay, so with this, what I can do is to find a line that will, okay, so let me select this. So on each line that is taking water from the main line to the distribution point, I need them to have this line type. I'll just click OK, and of course I'm going to do the same on the rest. Okay, so far so good. We have managed to make sure that we classify our pipes into several categories. So the first category was the raise main, the rest one. So the next category was these main pipes, and the pipes that are taking water from the main pipes to the distribution points has their own unique line type. So the next step here, from here, we need to make sure that we provide, because as you can see at this borehole we have a round dot, and also this one is a round dot, and even on the water points we are going to do the same thing that we did on the lines. We need to make sure that the borehole has its own unique mark or its own unique dot. So from here, let me select this borehole. Let me double click this. Then I need to find a way that I can present this borehole. So from here, let me select this one. Let's select, I think, this dot. So for now, you can see it has this beautiful outlook. Let me reduce the size to 3.5. What do I have? Okay, let me maintain it as 4. Not bad. Then click OK. So we are going to do the same on the storage tank. We need to make sure that a storage tank has a unique mark compared to the one that we are having here at the borehole. So let me select here the storage tank. So this was the storage tank shapefile. So from here, what I can do, okay, so let me maintain this black one. Okay, so this black one here is going to present a storage tank. So we are going to do the same with this water points. Okay, so let me go and activate this water point shapefile. Okay, water point shapefile. So each water point is going to be assigned with this mark. Let me find the mark for water point. Let's use this one. Click OK. So this is what we have, but it's somehow big. Let me find a way to reduce its size. So from here, let me take it to 3.5. At least now looks good. But here at the kettle trough, we also need to find its own unique mark. Let me select kettle trough. So this one here is the kettle trough. Okay, so let's select this. So let's use this triangle. So this triangle is going to present a kettle trough on our map. If I double click this and try to reduce its size, just to recap, this one here is the borehole. So this is the place where our borehole is located, and this one here is the place where our storage tank is located. We need to find a way, to present a borehole. Of course, in our map, we need to find a way to present this borehole, and of course, we need also to find a way to present this storage tank, just like what we did. And the same applies to these water points. Okay, to these water points and also this kettle trough. And again, this line type here present the rising main, and also this line type present the gravity mains, and also the pipes that are taking water from this main pipe to the water points. Okay, so the water point, this one, and also these ones, they have their own unique line style. So that is very important. So far so good. This is what we have achieved.